Hello, I'm Kallol Dahal, and in today's class, we are going to learn about vacancy announcements and invitation from Chapter 10, Grade 8. So let's begin.
Hello students and welcome to our new class. So today we are going to study Unit 10. Let's begin. Vacancy Announcement. United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women. Vacancy Announcement. UN Women, grounded in the vision of equality enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations, works for the elimination of discrimination against women and girls, the empowerment of women, and the achievement of equality between women and men as partners and beneficiaries of development, human rights, humanitarian action, and peace and security. UN Women Nepal is seeking applications from qualified Nepalese citizens with commitment for women, high drive for results, integrity, demonstrable teamwork, and other competencies as mentioned in the job descriptions. So, in this vacancy announcement, what we can see is in the beginning of the announcement, we should be writing about the organization that is announcing the vacancy in their company. So here, since this is for UN, we can see that the first paragraph is talking about what the organization does. So we can see that it works for the elimination of discrimination against women and girls. It works for the empowerment of women, and it works to achieve the equality between women and men as partners and beneficiaries of many things. So this is what UN does for women. So in the second paragraph, it says that it has a vacancy from qualified Nepalese citizens. So, and after that, all the necessary information we require for the vacancy is given. So see here, job title, ICT and Administrative Support, duty station, Kathmandu, Nepal, contract type and level, General Staff, SB3, duration, 1 year with possibility of extension. Vacancy closing date 21st November 2021, midnight NY time. NY time means New York time. Minimum requirements. Completion of secondary education is required. Bachelor's degree in computer science is an asset. Cisco certified network engineer CCNE and Microsoft certified systems engineer MSCE or Microsoft Certified Professional MCP required. At least 5 years of progressively responsible experience in network administration and use of hardware, software, telecommunications facilities, experience in the uses of computers and office software packages, MS Word, Excel, etc. Experience in the use of Atlas is an asset. Fluency in English and Nepali is required. For further job descriptions and for online application, please visit. And a website is given over here. Job title, driver. Duty station, Kathmandu, Nepal. Contract type and level, General Staff, SB2. Duration, 1 year with possibility of extension. Vacancy closing date, 21st November 2021, midnight, New York time. Minimum requirements. Completion of SLC or SEE. Valid driver's license is required. At least 3 years of work experience as a driver in an international organization, embassy, or UN system with a safe driving record is an asset. Fluency in English will be an asset. Knowledge of the other UN working knowledge is an asset. For further job descriptions and for online application, please visit. And website is given. Application must be supported with UN Women Personal History Form P11, which can be downloaded from UN website. It's given over here. All applications will be treated with the strictest confidence. UN Women is committed to achieving workforce diversity in terms of gender, nationality, and culture. Individuals from minority groups, indigenous groups, LGBTIQ, and persons with disabilities are equally encouraged to apply. So this is the vacancy announcement for you. Let's go to the exercise. Find correct words from the text for the following meanings. A formal public statement about something. Announcement. The process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. empowerment, able to be shown, demonstrable, an official permission to do something, certified, a useful or valuable thing or person, beneficiary. Now, complete the sentences with correct words from the text. Use one word only. Now, this can get a little bit tricky. UN Women works for equality between male and female. It is looking for applications from Nepalese citizens. Both job titles require completion of secondary education. If someone wants to submit an dash application, they should visit the given website. An online application. An applicant for the post of a driver should be able to dash in English, communicate or speak. Now, answer these questions. What do CCNE, MCSE, and MCP stand for? We have been given the full form of all of these. For example, CCNE stands for Cisco Certified Network Engineer. Similarly, MCSE stands for Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer, and MCP stands for Microsoft Certified Professional. Where is the workstation for both the jobs? It has been specified that it's in Kathmandu, Nepal for both the jobs. So you can write the workstation for both the jobs is in Kathmandu, Nepal. So similarly, do the remaining question answers and mark it down as your homework. Now, what other types of advertisements do you find published in different media? So different media means one can be TV, another can be newspaper, other can be various social sites like social websites or even social platforms. Yeah, you can find all of those different published advertisements in different kinds of media. And if you look over there, you can find these kinds of advertisements not only for vacancy but for other purpose as well, like a business wants to sell something, so it's an advertisement for their products. There can be vacancy advertisements as well. So there can be other different kinds of announcements, advertisements. So you need to look for those and then make a list of all those different types of advertisements. Mark this down as your homework as well. Now let's go to another exercise. Writing. Imagine your school is looking for an office assistant. Prepare a vacancy advertisement for the position. So now you need to make a vacancy advertisement for the position of office assistant in your school. So first of all, in the first paragraph, you need to write what your school does. How is your school? And after that, in the second paragraph, you need to tell about the vacancy that has been just created in your school for an office assistant's position. Then in the third paragraph, you can tell about all the necessary information that we require for applying to the given position. So write a vacancy advertisement. This is very, very important. Please do this as your homework. Now, grammar. The pictures below show apples at different places. Study how the positions are used. So here in the first picture, the apple is on the box. It's exactly on the bus. It's neither inside nor beside or not even behind, nowhere. It's just sitting on top of it. So we have to write the apple is on the box. Then in the second picture, we can see that the apple is in the box. Next is the apple is beside the box. Now the apple is in front of the box. Now the apple is hiding behind the box. Now the apple is between two boxes. Here the apple is under the box. Here, since the box is open from both the sides, the apple is through the box. Now you can see that there are many apples surrounding the box. So we can say that the apples are around the box. Now complete the sentences with the correct prepositions from the box. You may use them more than once. So all of these words that we used just now are called prepositions. Be sure to know how to use this correctly, please. Now let's go to this exercise. Call me dash the lunch break. Call me in the lunch break. It should have been during, would have been better. Call me during the lunch break, but call me in the lunch break. Your school starts at 10 a.m. You came sharp at 10 a.m. It means you came on time. Brush your teeth in the evening before you sleep. You can repeat the options. So you can write brush your teeth in the evening before you sleep. Our school starts on Monday. Alka will come back after a week. It's cold in there. The baby is under the blanket. Your father is coming. Hide behind the curtain. So now the remaining ones, I expect you to do it as your homework. It will be a practice for you as well. But if there's any confusion you come across, you know how to get back to us. Now, I've included speaking as well this time because this is an important one. Read aloud the sentences used to make invitations. So we have to loudly read the sentences that are used to make invitations, to invite someone. So the first one, take your pen, is not an invitation. So we are not going to read that loudly. The second one, would you like to come to dinner tomorrow, is an invitation. So we are going to read it loudly. Would you like to come to dinner tomorrow? Similarly, would you like some food? That's an invitation to have some food. Why don't you join us? That's an invitation to join us. Inform me on time. This is not an invitation. We would be pleased to have you for lunch. Yes, this is an invitation. So see the difference. Invitations are not supposed to only be in interrogative format. Simpler sentences, assertive sentences also can be invitations. Come and join us. This is not an invitation. Come to the party, please. This is an invitation. You will have to go with us. This is not an invitation. Fill in the form before you leave. This is not an invitation. Now, work in pairs. Take turns to make invitations in the following situations. Use the responses from the box. So this is a situation given to you, and these are the options that we can use as responses. So let's look at the first one. You want to have tea with your friend. Now we have to make an invitation first, and then we have to answer it with all of these options. So let's dive into it. You want to have tea with your friend. Would you like to join me in having tea? That might be an invitation, and the answer might be, sure, I'd love to. Or, yes, that's a good idea. Or even, thank you so much for the invitation, I'll be there. But if you are going to decline it, you'll have to decline it properly. I'm afraid I don't have time. I'd love to, but I have an appointment. That sounds great, but I'm away tomorrow. I wish I could, but I have other work. So the first three are for the positive responses, and the remaining four are for the negative responses when you can't accept the invitation. So please try to do this on your own. It will improve your English. Now let's go to the next portion of our text. Reading 2. Informal invitation email. You can see in very small letters it's written to, and an email address is given over here. That's the email address that you need to put over there to whom you are going to send your email. And this, as you can see, an invitation for attending an opening ceremony. This is called subject. Unfortunately, email does not have SUB written over there as we do in our informal or formal letters. We don't need to write this. We don't need to include this. So now let's begin with the email. Hi Pratik, how have you been? I hope you and your family are doing okay. I'm doing great as we had a summer break here at school. I really enjoyed my holiday. My father recently returned from abroad. He lived there for 3 tough years. He has decided to work in his own home country and start his own business. He is starting poultry and vegetable farming next week. My mother and grandparents are very happy with his decision. We have arranged an opening ceremony, and I wonder if you are free on Saturday. Would you like to join us at our home for the ceremony? See, at last there's an invitation used over there. We'd be delighted to have you there for the program on 24th May 2023. I look forward to your response. Thank you. With lots of love, Rahim. And this format that you see is the format that we can see when we are sending emails. Okay, now let's go to the exercises. Now there's an invitation card. Let's read this. Invitation. Mr. Bikas Prasad Joshi and Mrs. Hani Joshi cordially request your presence on the auspicious occasion of the Bratabandha ceremony of their grandson, Mr. Sangam Joshi, son of Manjit Joshi and Salina Joshi. Party venue, Yak Palace, Kalimarg, New Baneshwar. Date, 14th February 2023. Time, 5 p.m. onwards. RSVP 9876 543210. With kindest regards, all the Joshi family. You see this one, RSVP? This is for the information that we need to provide whether we are going to attend the event or not. If we are not able to attend the event, we need to call at this number and then inform of your unavailability. So that is what RSVP is for. Now, read the following definitions and choose the correct words from the texts. A particular time when something happens. Occasion. In a warm and friendly way. Cordial. Domestic birds such as chicken, ducks, etc. Poultry. Difficult, tough. In or to a foreign country or countries. Abroad. Very happy. Delighted. Now let's go to another exercise. Read the texts again and choose the correct answers. Manjit Joshi is the father of Mr. Sangam Joshi. The Bratabandha party starts early evening. Rahim's family is happy because his father has decided to start his own business in his homeland. Rahim sent the email because he wanted to invite Pratik to join the event. Now read the texts again and answer these questions. What is the first card for? The first card is for inviting a friend. Where is the Bratabandha party taking place? Bratabandha party is taking place in Yak Palace, Kalimarga, New Baneshwar. What does RSVP mean? I've already told you what RSVP means. RSVP is for that occasion when you would be able to attend the event or not. If you are unable to attend it, you need to call them. But if you are able to attend it, you don't need to tell them anything, but it's a good manner to call them and then say that yes, you are going to attend the event. That is RSVP. But if we try to look into the full form of RSVP, this word comes from, or this acronym comes from French word, and the acronym stands for Répondez si vous payez. Now, who wrote the email to whom? Rahim wrote the email to Pratik. Now the remaining exercises, the remaining question answers, I hope you would be able to do it on your own. Please mark it down as your homework. Discuss with your friends why and how Rahim invited Pratik. Rahim invited Pratik because Pratik is Rahim's friend, that's why. But you need to elaborate on all of these reasons and write why and how Rahim invited Pratik. So I hope you would be able to do this as your homework. Study the following statements and their question tags. IOM promotes humane and orderly migration, doesn't it? Now you might be wondering, why did we use doesn't it? The answer for this is, there is the ES given over here. So whenever you see ES, always keep does in the question tag. But since this sentence is positive, we need to keep negative tag question. So the negative of does is doesn't, and we used it because the subject is IOM, and IOM is not a person, so we can use it. They are supposed to work for 1 year, aren't they? Now see, the verb over here is are, so simply the negative of are, aren't. And why they? Because the subject is they. The applicants should maintain diary of events, shouldn't they? Should, negative shouldn't. The applicants, they. They are appointed for the post in several branches, aren't they? Qualified candidates can write an email or send handwritten application, can't they? Now, read the following sentences and correct the mistakes in question tags. Example has been given to you. Darpan invited his friends, doesn't he? Now this doesn't suit because for doesn't to be here, we needed ES, but instead of ES, we have ED in the past tense. So instead of doesn't, we need didn't. Similarly, the exercise now. Kunal has gone to market, haven't he? Now see, his has, we can't use haven't we have to use hasn't. Now, Ram and Lakshman are twins, are not they? See, in question tags, we can never use this. We have to use the shortened form, aren't. Abdul will buy a new car. Won't Abdul. Now we can't repeat the name in question tag. We have to use a pronoun. So in this case, the pronoun is he. So won't he. Now, see, this is a little bit confusing. This has over here, this works as possession. So since we have it as our own, it's our possession, this has does not work as has plus v third. This does not have another verb over here. So this works as a possession, and when there is possession of have, the form has been changed to has. So we need to use do verb or have verb. So this will be Dolma has a car, doesn't she? And the answer will be yes, she has. Doesn't she? Now, Sanam had written a letter, didn't they? Had should be hadn't they. We can't use they since the subject is singular, Sanam. So either he or she. Someone is whispering, isn't he? Now, in these kinds of questions, see, there is and there is someone, but we don't know who it is or how many they are. So in this case, we have to use someone is whispering, aren't they? Because we have no idea in how many number they are over there. Is it 1, 2 or more than that? So the next one, I never go out in the evening, don't I? See, this sentence is negative. So in negative sentences, we can't use negative question tag. We have to use a positive one. So I never go out in the evening, do I? Is the correct answer. Let's have a party, will you? Whenever we have let's, it will always use let's have a party, shall we? I am doing great at school, amn't I? There is no word as amn't. We have to use aren't I. Question tags use aren't with I as well. This is something very unique. Don't forget this. With I and a positive sentence, the question tag used with it is always aren't I. Now, let's go to another exercise. Supply the correct question tags to the following statements. Seema enjoyed the event a lot. Look over here. Enjoyed. Past tense. So, in past tense, what do we need to do? Didn't. And for the pronoun over here, let's look at the subject. Seema. Seema is a girl. So, didn't she? My father has recently returned home from abroad. Now, see here. Has plus v third. So, this is in the form of has plus v third. So, in this case, we can use my father has recently returned home from abroad. Hasn't he? We can simply use hasn't he. Rajkumar cannot write with his left hand. Cannot and negative. So, we have to use positive here. Can. Rajkumar is a he. So, can he. Nabina has decided not to go to a university. Has decided. Please do not look for not go to a university and think this is a negative sentence. No, this is not a negative sentence. Nabina has decided. So this is a positive one. Has plus v third. So we can use hasn't. My mother believes in honesty. Yes. Does. Since this is in positive, we have to use negative one. My mother believes in honesty. Doesn't she? My neighbor is starting his new business. Isn't he or she? I am good at drawing. Aren't I? So similarly, I believe you will be able to do the remaining ones. Mark it down as your homework. You need some practice as well. Now, writing 2. Imagine your uncle has recently got a new job. Your family is organizing a party to celebrate the achievement. Now, write a message of invitation to your friend to attend the party. Please refer to the reading 2 first portion, informal invitation email written by Rahim to Pratik, and you will get all the answers over there. You need to know how to write it. It's given over there. You can even find out what things to include. where to include, and how to conclude the email as well. So you can either write an email, or you can make an invitation card as shown in the second part of reading second. The invitation card of Bratabandha ceremony, Mr. Sangam Joshi's Bratabandha ceremony. You can refer to that as well. So you can use either of those two given texts and make your own invitation. So I believe you can do that as well. So that's all for today. How did your class go today? If you have any suggestions or feedback, feel free to reach out to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.